He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Nine ball top number hit to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. He wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand,
and it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. here for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. It's been a while, but we have two matches this afternoon. We've got the one starting at the top of the hour in the Virtual Cowboy World Championship. We have the hot seat match between Cobra representing the United Kingdom and Coldest Pillow representing Wales. And that, of course, is a race to three. We also have the one lost side match coming up in 2 hours' time between, it's an all USA affair between VP Monster and Larry. And according to Slim, he's going to cover that one when it's going to start. Probably it's going to cross over this match. It's going to start before this one is finished, I would assume. Welcome to Vertical Liquid. Welcome to Blind Hog and anybody else that's watching. Now, Steve has messaged me, said he's going to be here, so I'm just going to do a quick tab out. Just give me a sec.
Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Yeah, just a wee second, Steve. Hang on a minute to get this thing to work.
There you go. Now I hear you.
Hang on, see if this is still working.
Welcome to VP4TV.
Can you hear me? I hear you.
You're watching a Tactical
Yeah, I can hear
Genius
you.
production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Right, so one thing to mention is I don't know what's happening with Interchange X and LS3 because that deadline is tonight for that match. I haven't seen Interchange X unless he drops in the stream, but it looks as if they're struggling to...
I saw him in there earlier.
Yeah, the LS3 might be... She could be away on vacation, as you guys say in the States, for all we know, because I haven't seen her around for a little while, but... it might be that they're struggling to arrange a time to get it played, so there's a chance that that's going to end up in a forfeit. And then, of course, well, Slim has arrived, so he's going to be around for that second match to come up later on.
I don't even see any proposals.
There's no proposals from anybody in that match.
Well, unless it was really a long time ago. Let's see here.
It could well have been. Interchange X may well have put one in as quick as he could.
He put one in on August 4th.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's that in the chat? Blind Hog says he said she was going to forfeit. Well, that answers that then.
Well, she must be on vacation or something. That's too bad.
Yeah. Welcome to Defty. Right, well, Coldest Pillow, the one thing I like about him is he doesn't hang around, he gets on with it. The problem is he needs to curb his excitement and be patient against Cobra, but it's the usual story. You've got to have that level of consistency to put pressure on Cobra, and if you don't, if you fail to score, then you're just going to lose. Simple as that. But he's got a good chance of doing it. He's done well through the tournament, and the high run is still 91 from Interchange X. So that's still to get beaten, which I'm still surprised. It's the very first match of the tournament, I think, that Interchange X got that, and Cobra's been close on a couple of occasions. I think Coldest Pillow got close once, but nobody's managed to beat it so far, and it might be there the whole tournament.
Yeah, Coldest Pillow is going to have to play a lot better than I saw him play last time.
Right, what time is it? Well, we've still got about 2 minutes to go. Right, so that Donald Trump's trip to Alaska with Putin, total waste of time, but it was a nice day out for the pair of them. That summarises that. What a joke that was.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, I mean, there's what's his name, Zelensky. There, he's sitting out in the sidelines. You've got Trump trying to grab all the headlines with Putin, and the guy that's most concerned in the matter, Zelensky, he's left in the bleachers with no saying what's happening. You got to laugh, as if I mean. You think about it. If you're Vladimir Zelensky or whatever the hell the guy's name is, how's he going to look to his people if he starts backing down and giving way to the Russians who've invaded Ukraine, and they've already got a certain amount of land that they've taken? He's going to look a bit of a sap if he starts saying, "Oh, okay, then have what you've taken, and then that's it. That's the end of the war." I mean, if he backs down, he's going to look a bit of a numpty. That's the way I see it. I don't know what his people will think either.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention to that. The problem with news is that you have to read it, and
yeah, that's the problem. Well, that's the gist of it. That's basically it. Trump's in to try and settle an argument where the main protagonist in it isn't even involved. Anyway, we've got a war going on here. The room is up. Let's get in.
Yeah, Coldest Pillow better bring something good, because he needs to tighten up some. I think his biggest problem is he just doesn't understand the line of the cue ball well enough. He plays a lot of area position when he plays 9-ball, which you can get away with a 9-ball, but in this game, if you want to get billiards, you got to get the cue ball going on the right line, and I think he struggles with that.
Well, Cobra's in. He's raring to go. Right, well, you've got exactly about how many hours? What time is it? It's about 5 o'clock. What's that, 7 hours? Until my 61st birthday, which is tomorrow. So you've still got a chance to get my present sent.
That's going to be a little tough to get it there in time unless I go buy some.
You might as well hang it out there and remind
Kelly pies.
You know what I found out this morning? One of the guys I work next to, I found out his birthday's tomorrow as well. So the two of us are at work tomorrow, and we're both celebrating our birthdays. You got to laugh. I've worked with him for about 3 years, and I didn't even know.
That's pretty good.
Well, Coldest Pillow's giving it the stub treatment here, unless he's got problems. So we're already 2 minutes down.
There he is. He's there.
There we go. Right, so we've got Cobra on the right and Coldest Pillow on the left. And this, I think he has to win this. And I think he's going to win it because Cobra's underhit that by a country mile. So here's the opportunity straight away to put a score on the board. And he's failed right off the bat. Well, that's jinxed that.
Boy, you got the power today. There
we go.
That
was a big fail.
That was pretty poor way to start. Now you just got to hope the guy doesn't run out from you.
Right, let's get that out of the way. I've got a nice big fresh 5 litre bottle of water to tide me over.
Hey, Paul.
Welcome to Paul.
Cobra's a thinker. And
Now this could hurt Coldest Pillow straight away here, because Cobra's going to settle down and try and do a run on him here and put a big one on the board, and just to emphasise the point that when you do get a chance, which he did, and you don't take that chance, then you're going to be made to pay. Now, what did happen with Cobra's last couple of matches, if I remember rightly, Cobra's actually given people opportunities very early on. He's made the odd mistake, and nobody's been able to capitalise, and that's the problem. And this time, Coldest Pillow won the lag, had first shout, and failed immediately. And he could be on the end of a sore one here. First visit for Cobra.
I'm blaming that fail on you.
Well, I could be partially to blame, but this is how you make your opponents suffer for their failings. If they don't do the damage on you, then what you do is you just rub their nose right in it. What about Ronnie O'Sullivan, eh? There you are, the guy's knocking on the door of 50. He snaps his cue last season again. He takes a hissy fit with his cue. And then in Saudi Arabia, where the first prize is £500,000, he's in the semi-final, and he gets 2 147s and 147,000 prize money for that. And then he lost the final. But I mean, the guy's rolling the money in, and he'll watch the cue ball. 2 147s in the one match. He's certainly not going downhill anytime soon.
Well, thing about him is he's the one player that there's once in a while you see a player and you go, oh wow, like really impressive, and he's one of those guys, just tremendous talent. And with that kind of talent, maybe you can play longer. I mean, he certainly understands what he's doing.
There's been no player. I mean, most of the great players in the game have, they're on the slippery slope long before they're 49 years old.
Yeah,
and this might be bad. This might be bad. Well, there's a big mistake. I missed that one there.
Where's the cue ball going?
There we go. I missed that one. But there's Coldest Pillow been let off the hook. The first big mistake from Cobra. I don't think he had a great deal of points on the board. I wasn't even paying any attention there, but it looks as if Coldest Pillow's slowed his mouse down to me. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I'm just thinking he's actually taking a bit of pace off his mouse speed.
Maybe.
Blind Hog said he should be fishing rather than sitting here. In fact, you know what? I think Spud Boy's probably got that right, because Spud Boy's nowhere to be seen. He's a fisherman as well. He's probably up to his waist in water at the moment. Well, an opportunity here for Coldest Pillow to redeem himself after his first visit shenanigans. Oh, by the way, Steve, did you have a look? Did you have any idea of that black ball bug, or have you been paying absolutely no attention to it whatsoever?
I did take a look at it. I got no clue. I'm just wondering if somehow his registry got messed up or something, because I just don't understand how that could happen. I mean,
to be infected by the rules of another game in black ball is really weird.
I think that could happen if the registry got messed up somehow. But even that,
So-
I'm not sure how it could happen.
Well, would the solution then not be to do a clean install of the game again then? Would that not fix it, you would think?
Well, we don't get rid of the registry when you have to delete it manually. If you deleted it manually and reinstalled it, yeah.
Hmm. How many? I mean, I'm not an expert in registry. Is there one registry file in regedit? What is it you go into
Well,
regedit?
You got to be careful editing the registry because you can screw your whole computer up. So
Mhm.
you always need to back it up first before you do anything, and then you need to be careful about what you do. And I mean, I can send them instructions on how to delete just the virtual pool part out of it, and then if you reinstalled it, it would start with defaults.
Well, I haven't seen him in the lobby for a little while. That's going to miss, and that's
Well,
the
that-
problem with those two in a line there.
The other thing that you can do is you can have somebody else start the game because instead of him, and then because when you play online and somebody starts a game, let's see, did I change that? I don't remember what I did. I might have changed that. It used to be that like if you went in a room and you played with somebody, then you had whatever their settings were, for the game.
Aye. Well,
But
yeah.
I might have changed that so that you always have your own settings. I don't remember.
Well, I'll tell you something, and I don't know whether I mentioned this the last time we were on the stream, but what I discovered was that if I went into a match room and I made it a private room for myself, and I just bashed in a password and started the room and then closed the room and then went to restart another room, I would always have to keep putting in a password. But now, since I did the testing with that guy for the black ball bug, where I went into a challenge room with him and I set a password in that challenge room, I've now found that if I set any match room with a password, I don't need to put in a new password. The password is already there and it's now saved. Now, is there any reason why that would do that? Because that's another thing I've just discovered in VP4 after 13 years.
I don't know if that's a feature or a bug. I honestly don't know. This thing's so complicated. I don't remember all the little details.
It's definitely a feature because I don't need the password stays there now and it doesn't, unless I want to change it.
Ask me what I had for breakfast. I might be able to answer that.
Well, Coldest Pillow got a run of 34. His problem was that those two balls, the 5 and the 3, were in a line, and he had to get a wide line off that one ball to make a sort of surefire hit on him, and he didn't. He didn't get wide enough. And so this is Cobra's chance to redeem himself.
Yeah, well, this game definitely requires playing good patterns where you have some strategy and you also got to be able to move the cue ball well and get it in the right spot, and then you have to know where it's going. I mean, this game is actually one of the better games you can play, I think, because it's got a lot of aspects to it that make it fun to play for anybody, but it's difficult to be really good at it.
Well, I think it's a sort of training ground for. It's partially a training ground for three cushion billiards. For newbies, you can get a bit of practice doing that in the carom phase. There's a brand new player in the room, whoever that is. Bomb Forces #1.
Oh boy.
Oh, there we go. So Cobra is in good shape at the moment. That's one of his gratis accounts, so he'll be back in with another account in a minute.
Yeah, well, he keeps doing that. He's going to be getting kicked for a while.
He's going down. What's that other numpty guy's name? Him with the multiple accounts. I can't remember his name.
I
Well,
don't
Cobra,
know. We don't really enforce that much unless it becomes a problem. And if it becomes a problem, then wow, look at that miss.
have you always had the password saved? I've never ever had the password saved. It must only happen when you actually put a password in a challenge room, because that's how it's kicked in my game. It's weird.
Well, that was
Well,
not expected for Cobra to miss a ball. It was wide open.
well, I mean that gives Coldest Pillow confidence that if he is going to be able to take advantage of these opportunities, he can start tightening the noose a little bit on Cobra.
Interchange X is not asking about the next WC, which, yeah, I've been thinking about that. And honestly, I'm not really sure. You know, I thought about 9-ball because 9-ball US Open's coming up. But, you know, we've talked about this before about trying to make them happen. And the trouble is that these tournaments run a week and our tournaments run, 2 months. So it's hard to sync anything up. But
Well, what about having something concrete? Because I've heard Slim going on about it and having what do you call it, a core list of tournaments that you do.
Well, we do have a core.
Well,
I mean, it's not written in the list.
Yeah, that's
but
what I mean. We
we have
don't
a
have
core
a
set of them,
list
we do.
of core tournaments. That's the problem. We don't have. So we always, and this is what's bugging Slim. We're always having this debate as to what's the next one going to be, when really we should know what the next one's going to be. You know, now
Well,
you just mentioned
typically,
9-ball there, Steve. It can't be 9-ball because we've just recently had a 9-ball World Championship.
yeah,
So you can't.
it's not really time for 9-ball yet. I wasn't suggesting that that's what we should do, but
it should probably be black ball, as a matter of fact.
we usually go look at the list and see what's going on. No, black ball was less than a year ago. It should probably be, well, if it's going to be one of the ones we normally would play, it should be either snooker or 8-ball.
Yes, Slim. Yes, a schedule. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, the problem with the schedule is that, so like if we say, okay, these are we're going to have 9-ball, 10-ball, 8-ball snooker, da 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 da. We schedule it out. Okay, then here's what's going to happen. So let's say it was 3 months apart or 2 months apart. Then we run into problems where it's like you don't know when it's going to finish because you don't know how many people are going to be in it.
That won't matter though, because the next one in the list is the next one in the list. Doesn't matter when it finishes. You know that the next one's going to be 8-ball or 10-ball or whatever.
Well, what if you have 3 or 4 weeks between them? So, then you're like, oh, well, we need one, right away. We don't want to have a gap in them. So it's actually kind of tricky to come up with a set schedule.
No, we're not talking. Well, but I don't. I think we're being over elaborate when we're talking about the word schedule. What I mean is, I don't mean like you're going to have such and such in January and such is due in March, and this other tournament before it might run into March. I'm not talking about that. You should have just a set list of X amount of tournaments that you're going to do, and they're going to go in a cycle. So the cycle is, for example, 9-ball, 8-ball, 10-ball, snooker, black ball, cowboy.
But I shouldn't be the one doing that. You guys should come up with a list because, I mean, it's what you guys want, not what I want.
Well, there's 6 tournaments, for example. So the first one, let's say, is 8-ball, and you do 8-ball until it's done. And then when you know that the 8-ball's coming to an end and you're down to the hot seat match and the semi-final matches, then you open up the sign-ups for the next one.
We can have an order.
It can't be any easier than that.
We talked about playing like rotation in Honolulu at the same time, or doing 2 tournaments that we thought would be less participants. If you have a 16-player tournament, then doing 2 of them, so we could just flat out just make the limit 16 players for rotation and Honolulu and do them at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm of the opinion that we've done enough talking about it. I think it's time we started doing, talk's cheap. Let's start doing something and get something concrete listed up. I don't care who does it.
You and Slim put it together. Or if you want to bail on it, just have Slim do it, and I'll take a look at it. If give my comments on it, and then we can do it. I mean, I need to set up the next World Championship pretty quick.
Yeah, well, is 10 ball or 8 ball not due? 8 ball Worlds, is that not due?
The ones most due are snooker and 8 ball. As far as the ones that we normally play. Now, we have played cribbage. It's been a long time for that. I don't know if we want to do that. We've talked about doing rotation, and we've talked about doing Honolulu. So, I mean, I'm open for whatever.
Why did Honolulu die? That was an issue with the tournament, wasn't it?
Well, I had an issue with the rules because I made some mods, and I think the big question in my mind is, did I ever get it fixed properly? There was actually an issue with how I built the tournament, but I think there was potentially rules issues too. Let me see. Let me actually run it and see if the rules. It may not even be in here.
Meanwhile, Cobra's on a run of 40. He's got the lead.
Yeah, I think I only put the. I don't think you guys. I need to put it in there so that you guys can play it because I think I only put the rule modification in on the actual tournament, not like on where you guys could go to a match room, which was kind of dumb on my part because assuming that I'm going to get it all right the first time is. Yeah, so the option was no forced call shot. So it wasn't going to force you to call shots. And so what I need to do is I need to make that so we can play that in free play rooms.
I think the one thing about Honolulu is that you need to have people that are playing it where they understand what it's about for a start, because you could end up with loads of arguments where somebody's not sure about what somebody was doing and all of that stuff. That's a sort of grey area with Honolulu. Nothing's a straight in pot. That's obvious.
Well, I think players just have to get. I think players just have to get used to it because I think most of the time, if you're shooting a combination or you're shooting a bank, it's pretty obvious. Caroms and billiards maybe a little less so, but a lot of them are obvious.
Well, I'm thinking of players like Stubb. And you do something and Stubb argues this, you didn't do this, you didn't say that, and all that carry on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's...
you can just get awkward buggers who just want to stir the shit.
It is a potential issue with it.
Having said that, though, most of the people that enter these tournaments on a regular basis have got their heads screwed on the right way, and that's very unlikely to happen. But you might get the odd person who shows up for one of these and hasn't really got a clue what's going on, and then you end up with arguments.
Well, that's why we need to be able to play it in a match room or something so that people can try it out and see how it goes and decide whether it's an issue or not. Because it's just going to be no good to play it where you have to call everything. That's just... It's going to just take forever.
Coldest Pillow might be getting one more chance here to try and
Paul wants
redress the balance.
We can do wax on a cue ball. All right, so what's going on in this match? So right now, Cobra's on the
Cobra's in
carom phase, and
eh,
well,
he's-
that just made it a little trickier. It's
well,
kind
this
of
is actually this isn't bad if he gets this, because this 3 ball, as long as he hits it hard enough, is going to go around the
Yeah.
corner, come into the table to this 5. He's hit it a bit harder than I thought he would, but
Well, you want to make sure you got to the 1.
yeah, I might be able to squeeze another one out of this 1 ball. It's a bit tight to get the force follow. In fact, it might be too tight. He's looking at it. He might squeeze an edge here. Yeah.
And he's trying to throw the 1 ball.
Now it gets tricky. Now you see, this is there's a perfectly safe attempt on the 3 ball here, but the danger's the knuckle of that side pocket. But you can overcut the 1 and then go down the long rail to the 3, but the pocket might get in the way. He hasn't quite got the line, but it's a good run, 67, and into the caroms. But it's not an impossibility. But this is where you have to deliver at this stage in the tournament. You've got to put the score together. And Coldest Pillow, if he's learned anything during this tournament, he should have learned something from that match with Jose. When Jose protected the 1 ball and managed to pinch that rack off him. It was the only good thing I think that Jose did in the whole match. But Coldest Pillow was in the opposite end of it, so he might have learned something from that. He might need to. He might not get the chance now that Cobra's back at the table, though. This could be sayonara to the first rack.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now. Let's see if he can figure out how to get his. He needs 2 more before he shoots.
Well,
It's
the
101,
one thing,
right?
yeah, the one thing that's gone wrong here is he's killed the 1 ball in the rail. It's probably in one of the worst positions he wants to be in an outshot.
And I'm a little surprised that I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't hit that harder to try to get the 1 ball to come out. I mean, that's a strategy mistake. Cobra doesn't usually do that.
Well, there's a 2 railer on into that top right-hand corner as we look. That's a shot.
Yeah. Well, the problem here, though, is you can't make the 1 ball. You got to be a little careful.
Oh, no, you can make the 1 ball. Yeah, you can pot the 1 ball as long as you scratch with the cue ball. Yeah, it's a legal shot.
What if you pot the 1 ball and you don't scratch?
Well, if you pot the 1 ball and you don't scratch, you're still stuck in 100.
Okay, so you don't lose your points for that. All right.
Which went the other way. That's a great effort. There you go, Steve. There's the answer to that. Superb.
Well, but he made the ball.
Yeah.
So that's a winner.
Well, he went the opposite pocket, but it still worked. That was an excellent shot.
That was a very nice shot.
So, and this time Cobra's doing the soft pot in the 3 ball, showing Coldest Pillow how to do it. So after 26 minutes, which is nice and quick for a rack of cowboy. And of course, for any latecomers, don't forget we've got that 1 lost side match with Larry and VP Monster coming up. Now, that's in 90 minutes' time, and that'll be on Slim's Twitch channel. I'll be going to get something to eat at that time.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back to work. I've been working a lot.
So, when's VP4 going to come into the modern game scenario where we get roadmaps and we get videos on the developer's channel with progress reports? When is VP4 going to make that move, Steve, so that we know what the hell's going on?
What is it that you want?
I'm talking about, the sort of the game developers nowadays, there's lots of games that go into early access on Steam, but also the developers will either have, like for example, there's one at the moment. There's that Starship Simulator guy. I think he's a one-trick pony. He's a bit like yourself in terms of
you're
he's the one.
You're talking about Robert?
I don't know what his name is, but anyway, he's got his YouTube channel and he shows you
Yeah, I've talked
exactly
to that guy.
what he's doing.
He's pretty sharp. Yeah, well, we definitely need to do more marketing, but I'm not a one-trick pony. I got guys working.
Yeah, well, this guy. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I watched him for like an hour, and he's obviously got people watching him because they're obviously they're interested because they're backers because he's doing one of these. What do you call it? What do you call it again when you put money into a game? What is it? What's the word for it again? Somebody will come up with it in the chat.
It's
you know what I'm talking about?
It's like having a boat hole in the water.
No, a Kickstarter thing. That's what it is. He's got a Kickstarter going for his game where you've got 3 different levels of Kickstarter. If you put in $100, you'll get this, that, and the next thing, and such and so forth. I mean, he's not on the scale of these other bloody space games where they've had millions of dollars put in. But he's got the 3D art program up on the screen, and he's showing you building the spaceship and doing all of that sort of stuff. But that's what VP4 needs to do. It needs to become more interactive to generate that public interest. Okay, it's a niche game, but if it was if it was Steve sitting at the PC doing a live stream saying,
I need to hire you as a director of marketing.
Yeah, well, here's Steve. What we're doing today, Steve? Well, I'm going to be doing this, that, and the next thing, and I need to do this and that, and you show us the technical side of what you're doing because that generates interest. You might think it's boring, but people are interested in that sort of stuff, and I think we need to move forward with the times.
Here's the thing, Hugh. I mean, obviously, stuff needs to be done. I'm not sure it's going to exactly be that, but I've already talked to one marketing guy. I'm waiting for Android to get out. We've got iOS. I'm waiting for Android to get out, and then we're going to look at doing some sort of social media to get things going. But it's not just a PC thing. I mean, I can put screenshots up. I mean, I don't have an X account. I don't have an Instagram account.
I do.
I need to have those, but I don't. I've got a Facebook account, but I can start posting pictures of what the new renderings look like.
Yeah, you need to. That's what I'm saying. A bit of proactivity so that you generate that interest. I mean, it might not seem much, but you put it out there, at least it generates some sort of interest. Somebody said, oh, have you seen on the Facebook page for VP4, such and such, this and that, and the next thing, and then the word spreads that little bit more. And you might draw a few more people back in. Now that they're realising something's actually happening, things are maybe changing a wee bit.
Just need to draw the Vietnamese in and we'd be good.
Well, we're drawing all these gratis Vietnamese players in. And that's another thing somebody mentioned the other day there. Why don't we have a gratis tournament for these guys to show that we're actually, they might not be spending any money, but
we've done that. We've done that before. I mean, it's honestly, it's not that effective at getting people to get a full account. And we've done that in the past, and it wasn't very effective. But the thing with the Vietnamese is they don't have any money, and one of the problems with PC games is it's hard to give them a different price. See, normally with games, like if you go to games on the phone, the pricing is regional. So if you're in Vietnam, the price is cheaper than like if you're in the UK, and that's because like the money that you make at your job, you would be wealthy in Vietnam. I mean, you probably make 10 times what the average person doing the sort of thing that you're doing does in Vietnam. They don't have the money, so that's why you don't see a lot of them spending money to get a premium account in VP. I mean, I can't remember what the price difference was, but it was pretty significant. And, you know, we get a lot less for advertising and stuff in Vietnam. It's considered what they call tier 3. So there's tier 1 is the highest, and that's like the UK and US. Well, Vietnam's tier 3. They just don't have money.
Why do people not just abuse VPNs?
There is a lot of what they call gray market. For example, we don't sell in China, but we've had like 400 users in China's on the phones, and that does happen. You know, people do. I don't know exactly. I don't think they can do it with a VPN, not on a phone. See, that's the problem with something like a PC is you can, but on a phone, it's possible to get around it, but you probably have to have like somebody else buy it for you that's someplace else, or, you know, it's a VPN's not going to get you around the phone issues, but I know there's ways around it because people are buying in other places. But I think for most people, it's just not worth the hassle even doing that.
I mean, I presume that a lot of these games that are on Android, a lot of them are free, and then the financing's done through the advertising. I presume that's where the big bucks is at the end of the day. If you have a volume of people actually playing your game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Todd, is I don't think that's the only way the Apple App Store checks to see if you're where you are. I don't think it's just a matter of the VPN.
Right, well, where have we got to? We've got Cobra back at the table, 1 rack up, with a very slight lead. Looking to build on it again.
But yeah, I've been working real hard on new rendering system. It's a lot of work. And I got one of my guys working real hard on the phone stuff. And I'm going to be hiring an artist pretty soon to do some work. But I'm not hiring all the people I did on VP4. One time on VP4, I had 4 programmers and 5 artists working on it. I'm not going to do that now. But I've got AI now, so I've turned from 1 to like 3 people. I'm probably triple the productivity I used to be with AI, so it's good. I probably wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for AI. It's kind of changed the paradigm and what I feel like I shouldn't say capable of doing, but what I want to do.
I think that's going to pay. I mean, if it's not already doing it, I think it's one thing that's going to play a big part in future gaming as AI in all aspects.
Oh, well, I've thought about doing a model to do the computer opponents for the offline, and I may still do that. But again, it's a lot of work, and training it is a lot of time, computer time, and I don't know. That's not my focus now. My focus now is new rendering system.
Oh, this is if it gets over to the right side here, he's got the 1 to the 5.
Well, I mean, I've been using AI for a while. There's issues with it, but it really just comes down to a matter of how productive you can be. Regardless of the issues, I'm a lot more productive.
What about this? What was the other thing you were doing about the language thing? How's that coming along?
I've got Vietnamese and German in there, but I just haven't. I've got a new server code to go up. I've got new VP code. I just, I went on vacation. I came back. I've been working on the render, and I haven't ever put it up. But it's done. It works. I'm not sure how good the translations are going to be. I used AI to do those too, and I think they'll be okay, but I don't think they're going to be wonderful. I tried to get Miasma to take a look at it, and I don't know what's happened to him. He's just disappeared. So,
what you talking about, the German
Yeah.
translation? Well, get Boris. Boris, he's busy as well, but Boris would be good enough to look at
Well,
that sort of stuff. He's German.
I think it's, the thing is, it's a lot to just look at. There's a lot of text. I think I'm just going to put it out and then let people complain about the particular things they think are really bad. I don't think it's going to be a lot of them. I'm sure there'll be some that are horrible, but I think it's going to be the minority of them. And
is it going to be as bad as Translate on YouTube? Because that's hilarious.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at Translate on YouTube, but it's going to be better than Google Translate.
Well, that's a positive thing. Because, I mean, I've watched Russian guys on YouTube, and I've got the Translate on, and I'm sure, I mean, it's as if they're talking some sort of strange Russian gobbledygook when you watch the translation. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to get better and better. And ChatGPT 5, I haven't tried using for translation. I may take another pass through that. So there's still hope. This is not looking good for Coldest Pillow, by the way.
No, he needs to get in and score. But as I say, it's a main failing that pretty much most people in this tournament have fall foul of. They just haven't had that level of consistency, which is what you need to beat this guy.
I think this game, more than any game on VP, can be summarized by points per turn.
Yep.
If you got higher points per turn in your stats, you're going to be winning. I mean,
we don't have that stat in there.
We don't? Well, we should.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, we should, because that's really the critical stat. Whoever has the highest points per turn is going to be the guy that's winning the most.
I think that's the one thing we were talking about previously, that we don't have that sort of stat in Cowboy. Let me have a quick look. Where the hell am I going here?
You're going to the stats button. Just go to the stats button.
Let's go to the event stats. I don't think it records that kind of stuff.
It may not. I mean, some of those stats need to be taken a look at. I know some had bugs, some need to be
you're right enough. It does.
enhanced.
It does. Points per turn. Right, let's look.
Cobra's got to be the highest.
Well, that's actually a bit depressing. That can't be right. His point per turn is only 6.8. That seems a bit low.
That seems low.
I mean, if you look at the next one, the next one is Tornado Tam. He's 4.8. There's something bugged in that.
It might be wrong, because that does seem low.
I'm thinking Cobra would be up in the 20-odd points per turn, roughly. Mind you, that's probably brought down by the Karam phase. That's probably what knocks a hole in that. The amount of visits you have in the Karam phase.
You missed 4 or 5 Karams in a row. That's really going to hurt your points per turn.
That actually might be accurate enough.
But that still seems low. That still seems low to me.
Yeah. Right. So, well, another substantial contribution here from Cobra.
Yeah.
What all you need is, one good one in each rack. You're going to win it. You're going to be favourite.
Yeah, well, you get a big lead, and then you put a lot of pressure on your opponent to score a lot of points. And he's on a run of 56 right now, and this is kind of that's the difference in the match right now, is this run.
Is he going to catch the edge? Nope.
I jinxed
but he's kept his points.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you can really get depressed if you lose a lot of points. Well, look at this.
You're trying to blast the
Oh,
one
look at
ball into
this.
play there.
Oh, he almost got it anyways. Oh, boy.
Well, the one ball takes him to 89, and then if he leaves the 5-1, and he'll be off and running.
So this you got to hit exactly, right? You have to hit 90 right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even remember the rules of this.
See, these are the tricky ones. Long force follows on that one ball. That's tricky. He's looking at. I mean, the actual long rail on the right side with left English kicking into the back of the three looks at pretty good odds. They're going to get there.
I agree because that 30-degree angle is consistent. That's the thing is if you can run on 30-degree angles, you've got it made. So okay, so the angle's not quite right. You use English off the rail, but that's the best way to play this game. I mean, the straightforward follow ones are good, but the 30-degree thing is the most consistent cue ball line. Watch
the
out!
cue ball.
Watch
Where's
out!
the cue ball going?
Well, that's a numpty shot of the afternoon there from Coldest pillow.
Boy,
that was far too heavy.
That's
and that's a big sellout.
Oh. This is not looking like Coldest Pillow is going to win this match. I mean, he was a big underdog in this. I think, 9 ball, 10 ball, he had a lot better chance of beating somebody like Cobra. But, Coldest Pillow's playing, and that's the important thing is this is how you get better as you play these things. I think Interchange X, he's the one that's ready to win one of these world championships.
Oh, well, it looks as if, with the greatest respect to VP Monster and Larry, there are those two guys. I mean, Larry on his day can score. And VP Monster, when he can get to the caroms before you can, has got a good, strong chance. So somebody could come through in this one-loss side, but they're going to have to be good on the day and good enough for more than one rack to beat this guy. And Cobra's, trying to defend this for the third time. This is a guy that's never played Cowboy till 2 years ago. And all the other guys that are in it, apart from Coldest Pillow, it has to be said, and Larry, but VP Monster's Cowboy in his blood. And you would always expect him to be a strong favourite.
Yeah, well, certainly the guys left that, I would say Interchange X has got the best chance of beating Cobra.
I think he's got the best chance as well because he scored certainly more consistently than pretty much the rest of the players I've seen in the tournament. And still sitting with the highest run. Nobody wants to beat it. This is... You've got to just watch you're not banking the 3 ball. I don't think he's banking it, but he can draw a line off that 3 back to the 5. And if he plays this right with enough pace, he can bring this 3 right down the table into play off 2-3 rails here. It needs to run. He doesn't want to block himself with a line for that 1 to the 3, which I think he has done. Let's have a look. Yeah. Now
he's got a kiss in there.
Now, what's the safest shot? Well, if he thins the 1, he can go 2 or 3 rails into the back of that 5.
Yeah, that's a very safe shot.
Yeah, excellent.
And he hit it good.
And he can do the same again off the 3. You just got to be careful. I mean, he could go 3 to the 1 if he gets a bit of spin on this, I think. But if he's going to go 3 to the 5, he just needs to watch the bank on the 3, I think. Yeah, see, that was the only worry there about that, and he's played it fine. Now it gets tricky. Now do you where you bottle out. I mean, he's a 99. He's got 9 caroms here. He does not want to do some stupid risk. So what he'll be doing, he'll be ultra safe here. He can go 3-ball right side of the 3 and come around and try and go thin to that 1. That looks fairly safe. I don't think he's going to scratch there.
Doesn't look safe. Wow.
Yeah, well, he hit it a lot harder than I would have hit it.
And he got...
Yeah, I mean, he'll be more than happy with that. That's broke the back of this rack.
Yeah, well, Coldest pillow is, what do you call it? Last chance saloon?
Well, you see you mean the example here is Coldest pillow wants to be in a hurry, and this is where he can fall into that trap. Like I said, Coldest pillow's now chasing Cobra's tail, but in doing that, he's actually getting faster than he should be. And that's where he's going to make more mistakes.
You sure he's not chasing his own tail?
Well, he's doing that, but he's actually he's fooling himself into this because yes, he's trying to score, and yes, he's trying to score quickly, but I think he's trying to score too quickly, and he's vulnerable to doing something stupid. But when you're at this stage and you're sort of 2 points away from losing the second rack, you might as well have a go. But it's important that he looks where this 1 ball is going, because he's got to think about protecting the 1. And that can keep him in it. Whenever he thinks that he's going to struggle to keep this visit going, then he has to get wise and make things tough, or at least try and make it as tough as he can. And like I said earlier, he had that experience from Jose on how to defend and keep yourself alive when you're almost dead and buried. You can still keep yourself alive in this, but you've got to play with a lot of sense.
You just need to keep putting the balls in the right places. Make it easy on yourself.
Well, he's a bit too straight in this 5 for a start. So you see, now he's going to struggle because he's going right down the middle diamond. And this is tough. This is horrible. Now, he can play a 2-way shot here. He can go right side of the 5 with spin, try and get the back of the 1. But you see, he hasn't hit that. I would have blasted that to try and hit the 3. But that's a very risky shot because I would probably scratch the top right. But that's the type of guy I am when I'm playing cowboy. I just like to go for the shots.
That's pretty easy if the 1 ball's closer to the rail. The 1 ball off the rail that far, that shot becomes tough.
I'd be playing the 2-way shot every day of the week here. Well, Cobra's missed his chance here. Now, if he had nicked that 3 ball there, he had a pretty good outshot in that 1 ball, because it's sitting not too bad to stun a cue ball into that left hand or right hand corner. And of course, Coldest Pillow's still got a slight bit of a lifeline to hang on to here, because Cobra's still not on 100. But he just can't get this table under control. That's the problem. He needs to get these. He wants to get that 5 ball on its spot and start working up and down the table if he can. Because every time he's doing this, he's really having to dig out shots each time to stay alive. Now, the fact that he's having to pot the 3 means it's isolated up in its spot. He's going to have to go 2 rails into the back of this 5.
Watch out. Oh, boy, I thought he was going to get stuck on that thing.
And he's missed it. Now, where's the 1 ball going? It's going to come in line for an easy carom, I think. Yeah. Yeah. This is... Well,
let's see what he does with the 1 ball, because...
Well, I think he wants to make sure that he doesn't push it to the rail. He wants to keep it in the table.
Well, that's
and he's just done what I've said he shouldn't do. But,
he needed to hit it on the other side of the 1, so it
can nick
kind of
this
went out under the table.
Now, why is he not going a bit of very thin? Maybe into the side pocket here across table.
I think this is easier 3 rails in the corner.
He's trying to stun us into the corner.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot.
No. I like the actual edge and coming across into the side pocket, even if you had to put a bit of right English on to sort of maybe straighten the angle a bit, whatever. But anyway, now this is where Coldest Pillow has to get wise, because the one ball can't sit there.
He did hit it the right way. He hit that with left English. That's the way you want to hit that shot if you're going to try it. But the trouble is you couldn't get the cue ball out of the way, you know, and so he had to hit the one ball too thin, and it just wasn't going to go.
I think Coldest Pillow's made a mistake there, because he should have cut that one into the corner and billiarded it onto the 3 ball rather than leaving the one where it is, because now he's got himself in a right tizzy here. Yeah, well, he's seen the error of his ways and ducked. Now, this could easily kick in off the edge of this one, though. That's the problem. And Cobra's strong favourite for this.
This is actually not a hard shot.
Yeah, he should have potted the one. He's gone too narrow.
Well, that wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I mean, he was short of the side pocket.
He can consider himself fortunate that he can redeem the situation. He needs to get that one ball out of there. He's leaving it there again. And to me, that's fatal.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
got
a good
to get
place
that
for
moved.
He should be shooting it right now.
Yeah, 1 ball on its spot, 5 ball down in the kitchen, so he should be good to follow up. Again, he's consistently late. I'll tell you, he's going to regret that. There's no way that 1 ball should be sitting there. He's got to get out of there, because if he misses something, he's just got it set up for Cobra.
It's going to literally be the definition of sellout.
Well, you live or die by your shot choices. The longer he leaves that there, the more likely he's going to make a mistake, and he's just going to tee it up for him.
So now he's got rid of it.
Now he's in business here. If he can get these gathered, he's got a chance. Now the pressure's on to pull off a shot here. It's dodgy going the inside line off the inside of that one. Watch the knuckles, watch the rail. And he wants to play this gentle, because he doesn't want to come back into the table. He's got it. Oh, disaster. There we go. 1 ball's gone in. Points have gone. Back to 76. And, well, as good an outshot as you could expect in Cowboy. Take your pick of the pockets.
He's got a pretty good chance on this one.
So after 55 minutes, we've now got rack number 2 on the board for Cobra. And we are 1 hour away, or just over an hour away, from the 1 lost side match with Monster and Larry. There was a glimmer of hope there for Coldest Pillow until that 1 ball dropped into the side pocket there, because, you know, you can just get the couple of balls together, you can easily eat up those caroms. You get on a roll. All it was a glimmer, which was very quickly snuffed out with the 1 going in.
Well, CP needs to get a big lead here. He's got to put the shoe on the other foot.
Yeah. You know, you're trying to stay in the match, so he's got to put a score on. And at least get in the mix, or get to the caroms first if he can. It's imperative that he tries to turn the tables in Cobra. It's a big ask, though, because you know now that you're at the point of no return. You everything that happens in this match now, you've got to be winning it at the end of it. Send your world champions ideas to Super admin Steve, I just sent mine off. Not the end all. Just brainstorming.
Thought one of you guys was going to do it. You or Slim or both.
No, Slim's just said he sent his in. The email's on the
One
way.
idea is I want somebody to come up with a schedule.
Well, he's probably just sent that to you. The run is 31 and counting. In fact, 32. But again, we've got big separation between these balls here at the moment. Well, that's a bonus. 5 ball on its spot. 3 ball going back in its spot. You can leave the 5-3, so he's still in reasonable shape here, although he's decided to try and get behind. The only danger with that shot is you can end up in the middle diamond, and you've blocked yourself off. He didn't quite get there.
Yeah, the only problem I see with what you just sent, Slim, is that I think if we're doing 2 at once, we need to make it 2 of the less popular tournaments, 16-player fields. Like if we were 9-ball, 10-ball at the same time, I'll tell you right now, there's guys that aren't going to play them both. Albin being one of them. I mean, guys just don't have enough time. I know it's an extra day on the thing, but when you got a guy like Albin who's probably going deep in both of them, because he said that to me before, that he wouldn't he didn't want to do that. But yeah, come up with the schedules. We just need an order. And I think with the schedule, there's going to be an order where you've got the big tournaments like 8-ball and 9-ball and 10-ball and, straight pull or whatever we decide are the big ones. And then there's going to be slots for the minor ones. And we won't run the minor ones necessarily every year. We'll kind of change them around. Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Well, he's still okay if he can get an 11. I think he's going too straight. Has he? Oh, no, he's okay.
Well, he's certainly putting a run together. What's the high run in this tournament?
It tells you on the screen, Steve. I put it on the actual the stream, top left hand of the HUD. 91 by InterchangeX.
Well, he's got a chance here. This is what he needs to do. Well,
that's jinked him straight off the bat. I wasn't going to say anything. You just said he's got a very good chance, and that's the death knell to anybody. The worry now is he has to get that 5 out, and he's got a great opportunity here. That's perfect. Now he needs to keep a ball in play for a pot. Yeah, now the ball to pot is the 5 here and stay for the 3-1. He needs to go across the table here, unless he's dinking this in dead weight. Yeah, he has to get across, and he's missed the pot. There you go. Blame Steve for that.
Oh, boy.
He started it. The run ends in 71, but he had to play that with a bit of left-hand English to just straighten the cue ball on the rail and come across. He had a good line from the 3 to the 1, by the way, but that's what caused him to miss the pot.
Yeah, it's just...
you start tweaking that cue ball, you're making pots more difficult.
It's tough not to make mistakes, I mean, it's just human nature, and...
Well, this is what makes it hurt even more, because Cobra's the guy that'll, can just come to the table here and stick a 90 run together.
That's why
drive the dagger home.
It's so tough. It's very difficult to play at a high level all the time. It really is. I mean, I play good enough, I mean, I can beat pros. I beat a lot of them, but like when in a tournament where I've got to beat like 5 or 6 of them, I've never been consistent enough where I can bring it every match at a level that I can do that. And because it's hard. And these guys that are, top players, the consistency level they play, it's just amazing.
So Cobra looking to dispatch Coldest Pillow. I was going to say dispatch Coldest Pillow from behind, but it doesn't sound good, so I won't say it. But you know what I mean. He's got a bit of chasing to do here, but this is exactly the scenario he's more than ready to take on the challenge of.
He's got a lot of chasing, and we still haven't gotten a situation where Coldest Pillow gets into the caroms, which is
No.
He's a little weaker than Cobra in, and so even if Cobra doesn't make a huge run here, he's going to get some chances.
Yeah, I mean, Coldest Pillow at the moment is still favourite to get to these caroms, but it's not a case of getting there. He has to put a 5 or 6 run together just to ease the stress a wee bit.
Slimey, you can come up with a list. I mean, yeah, I got to create it, but I think it's better if one of you guys that plays a lot comes up with a list of tournaments.
Instead of Schindler's List, it'll be Slim's List.
Yeah, because it does make it simpler, because then, I've been thinking about this for actually a couple weeks, but I haven't been in the streams. I've been so busy because I was going to ask people what they wanted to do, but if I know what I'm going to set up, it's pretty easy for me to set them up.
Well, I know what Stubb wants. He wants a tournament that he can win. That's all Stubb's asking for. His demands are very, very small. He just wants a tournament that he can win.
I don't think that exists. He's always, I want the 10-footer. I want tight pockets. And I will say this. I think we should play a 9-ball tournament on a 9-footer that has pockets one step tighter, because I think that would be interesting. Not the real tight ones, just the one step tighter. I think that would be a fun tournament. I'm thinking of doing that on the next 9-ball World Championship, is just making them one step tighter and seeing how it goes.
That's going to bring the elite back to the field a little bit, I think.
Yes and no. I mean, I think it depends on who you are. I mean, in some ways it gives elite players an advantage, but in some ways not. I mean, I've played on a lot of tight pocket tables and tournaments, and for me personally, I've always felt like I gained an advantage against the better players on them. But you got to be able to play. I mean, and you've got to be able to understand how to play on those and play smart. Yeah, because I think for most players, it's going to hurt their chances against elite players. I think for certain players, they will have a better chance of winning, because everybody's going to miss more balls. So you need to be able to take advantage of that. If you're the kind of player that executes difficult shots well, and it might help you if you're the kind of player that understands about when to play safe, because on tight pocket tables, you have to play safe more. You got to play smart. And if you can do that, then you got a chance. But that's probably 10% of the guys that are going to have a better chance, and the other 90% is probably going to be a worse chance.
Now, my question on that then is, if you're going to have a 9-ball World Championship and you're going to have it on tighter pockets than the normal tournament setting, then would it not be fairer to bring in the golden break again and bring that back into the tournament? Because that's been out of the tournament for goodness knows how long.
I don't know that those two are related. I mean, you're basically You're basically, I mean, the golden break is more about luck. So, you know, if you
Yeah.
want to have luck be part of it, but that's
Yeah, but it
a
makes
little
it
different
exciting.
concept as far as, you know, I mean, setting up tighter pockets is, you know, it's going to make it tougher, but it's going to maybe give some people better opportunities. Golden break, yeah, it just brings more luck into it, which is going to help the weaker players, definitely, because they got a chance to get lucky.
And are you still going to leave the jump queue out of it?
Well, I'm not I'm not a big fan of jump queues, period, in real life, but I think in VP it's more problematic because, I mean, people just jump so good in VP. You know, I've tried to make it tougher, and I have, but people still jump ridiculously good. And I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I don't have a big problem with putting the golden break back in if, you know, guys want to have a little more luck. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, that's how they play it on TV now. So
I don't know that the odds would be that greater. You know, if you narrow the pockets, the odds in the 9 ball going in the break surely have to widen a bit, with it being tighter pockets.
no, it goes down. Yeah, you don't.
Well, that's what I
you're
meant.
saying,
I mean,
yeah.
the odds in you
Yeah.
making a 9 ball in the break
Well,
are probably not as good
the
with the
odds of
tighter
scratching
pockets.
the odds of scratching on the break go down too.
Mm-hmm.
And the odds of making balls on the break go down. You're going to get more dry breaks with tighter pockets. So it definitely changes it. But I don't have a problem having a golden break in there. We can certainly do that.
I think the biggest problem Coldest Biller's got is he's fall short of 90 here, and he may well live to regret that. He didn't get to the caroms.
He's letting Cobra catch up, and if they're both going in the caroms at the same time, Cobra's got to be a pretty heavy favorite.
He's sitting in not too bad shape here either to keep this going. Well, this next match coming up, you know, VP Monster's going to be the favourite. He will only be the favourite if he can get to the caroms first in each rack against Larry. He will definitely be the favourite in that sense. But if VP Monster's nemesis Achilles heel comes back to bite him, which is the potting phase of the game, actually potting balls, if he falls foul there, then Larry's got a good chance. But Larry's got to be consistent as well today. Should be a good one. Cobra edges closer. My stomach is rumbling because I am hungry.
Yeah, I got a little funny here. He's going to have to hit this 5 thin. No problem.
Well, this is perfect. This is where you can get yourself in trouble here. You roll the 3 in and you try and get the line for the... he's going to pot the 5 and go 5-3, I think, maybe. But I think, no, the line in this cue ball's running away. He's trying to hold it and hold it.
He's going to shoot
That'll
the
do.
1. 5-1.
Yeah, 5. See, it's a bit thin, though. You see, he hasn't quite got it. He's in between shots here, you see. He wants to play the thin edge, and you know, the thin edge is always a bit dodgy because you're killing the 1 if you hit it full in the face, just like that. Now he's in a bit of a dilemma. The 3 balls sort of isolated the right side pocket, and whatever he does do, he's going to have to play this good if he's going to play 5-3.
That was good.
Yeah, he's got to make sure he hits the bottom side of this 3, because if he hits it thin, the left side, he's heading into the pocket. Yeah, he played it right. That was exactly the shot. He's a bit straight in the 5, but if he plays the 1, he can use the 1 to get to the 5 and get the 5 out of there. He just needs to drop the 1 in, but I don't know whether he can hold the cue ball in the kitchen. I think that's the problem. He's got too much angle. You're going to have to bite the bullet here.
That was a pretty good shot, though.
Yeah, he's got the angle now. But he really wants to get, he wants to be, if he can glance off this 5 and drop down for the 1, that'd be ideal, because he really wants to get the 1 on its spot.
Well, it ain't going to be the 1 on its spot after this shot.
No. Now,
yeah, things are getting tougher.
He's a bit too shallow on this
Doesn't he have
5
to
ball.
almost shoot the 3 here? I'm kind of surprised.
Well,
he's
you
not
see,
shooting the 3.
the 5 is a bit too shallow. He could have shot the 3 if the 5 was further up into the table, because then he could have played the 5 to bump the 1 out.
Yeah. Well, he's okay here. This is
And
a
of
good
course, the
spot.
other thing as well is he's on 89, so he just needs the force follow here, and he's off and running into the caroms.
Yeah, just doesn't want to make it 3 rails.
What's the line like? Yeah, he was
Yeah,
worried about.
he decided to be safe and missed it. That was a tough shot.
I think
that then.
Yeah, I think the worry was the line that he was trying to play a force follow on there. The 5 was going very close to the pocket, so he didn't want to risk anything.
Oh boy, it needs to run. It needs to run. It's not going to hit it anyways. Well,
there's a 2-way shot here, but again, the middle pocket can get in the way. He can go off the edge of the 3 and spin it onto the right-hand side to try and nudge the 5. If you miss it, you might bump the 1. He's trying to go the line off the bottom edge. I don't know whether it's there, is it? No.
Yeah, those balls are in funny spots.
Well, this is
no gimme either.
He needs 1 good carom to get started here.
There he goes.
Well, that's not going to help him a great deal, though.
Getting a 5 near the pocket doesn't help.
I think you've got to take a risk here. You've got to take a risk and go to 3 rails and try and bump the back of the 5 and get lucky. He's trying to go the inside. He's going to have to check this up a bit.
He's trying to go to the 3 ball.
Yeah, he's trying to check it with left English, but I still would take the risk of going to the 5. You know, he's nowhere near the line.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was thinking 4 rails off the 1 to the 3, but.
Now, obviously, Cobra could just cut the 1 in and pot it. The problem with the cue ball is where it wants to run. It wants to run up and nudge a ball up the table somewhere.
So I don't know if you guys have seen, but Tony Chohan has a YouTube channel now, and there's a lot of great content on it. If you're interested in 1 pocket, his channel's fantastic.
What is he doing? Tutorial stuff, or is he just showing excerpts of matches and stuff like that?
It's a mix. Sometimes he does matches he's played in, and he plays them over and commentates them. Sometimes he played Josh Roberts, just practice games, and they both commentated. I saw him play another guy, and Josh Roberts commentated. I've seen him just practice by himself and commentate. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That ball's done now. So there's a lot of different content.
Yeah, that's going nowhere, that 5 ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a long carom cycle here.
Well, if you're coldest pillow, there's no advantage with keeping that 5 ball over the pocket. There's a right time and a wrong time to make the move and get that 5 on its spot.
That's a nice shot there. Good line on the cue ball.
These caroms that Cobra's getting right now are gold dust, considering he's only working with the 2 balls.
I was thinking that was Coldest pillow. That was a good shot, Cobra.
This is actually a very good up and down. You overcut the 3, The only danger is missing the one completely and scratching.
I'd shoot what he's shooting right now.
Well, see, going this way, he's playing it ultra cautious because he doesn't want to scratch. He actually had the pace to scratch, so it was a risky shot. Surprising Cobra took that shot. Well, I know what I'm doing here. I'm definitely going for the three-railer off the one. Cobra's never going to touch that 5-ball. He's never going to touch it. He's going to leave that there all night and leave everything up to Coldest Pillow. Problem with Coldest Pillow is he's already 2 behind, and the 5-ball sitting in there doesn't help him at all. He was really praying that Cobra was going to nudge that 3 onto the 5 there. So an hour and 18 minutes. The match could be over the next 10 minutes. Well, it might be over sooner than that.
That was a really good shot. He's got...
Now, this is where he's got to think about the path of the 1-ball. The path of the 1-ball looks... He's got to hit it. Well, see, he's not prepared to take the risk. But you look at the line of that 1-ball there, and if you hit the 1-ball hard enough, you can bring it back up the table. But he doesn't want to run anything. He doesn't want to take any risks, Cobra. If you watch VP Monster playing the carom phase, whatever opportunity he can get to run an object ball and bring it back around into play, he'll do it. And, you know, these are vital. This is pretty much won the match here, the way this is going. I mean, he's getting... And that was unlucky. Now, Coldest Pillow's got pretty much nothing on here. Giving it the old 5-6 railer, and the best thing that will happen is that, because he's actually, I mean, he's given Cobra a chance here for the 3-5 carom or for the 1-5, but he had to take the risk. Probably last chance saloon effort there.
I don't know. I mean, Coldest Pillow may not get another chance.
No, I think that, I mean, look at where the 1-ball is now. If you could work with these last couple of caroms out here, the 1-ball sitting perfect. Where the cue ball is now is the sort of outshot you would like, just to stun into the corner pocket. He's taking the risk for a 2-way shot here. You know, miss one, hit the other, but disaster happens when you start running the cue ball. There you go. Now there's your lifeline, Coldest Pillow.
I'm a little surprised he shot it that way.
Yep, I mean, surprised.
If the 5-ball was blocking the corner pocket, that's one thing, but...
Well, you know, look at the way this has landed. You know, he's still strong favourite, but things can change in the blink of an eye here if you can get these balls under control. That needs to come around and out quick. It needs to keep going. It's not bad, but dangerous things can happen here when you start stunning into a ball. He's playing the old draw. 5-ball gets in the way, nudges the cue ball out the way, and that might be his chance gone this time. Now there's a nice little, maybe not, is there a thin edge there just to stun it into the rail and go 2 rails into the back of the 5? You need to play a little jabby stun to get it around.
He can go forward off the end rail. I think that's what he's going to do.
That's what he's doing.
He's probably going end rail, side rail.
Yeah. That looks perfect. Yeah. Takes him to 97. This is just, again, trying to just bring things into play and keep them under control, which he's pretty much done here. Thin edge or a force follow. He's going to go rail into the back of the one for a second there, I think. Well, if he hits this hard enough, he can bring this 3-ball around into play with the 5.
Yeah, so you know, you just gotta know the line the 3's going to go on.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't hit that hard enough for my liking, because if it goes around there and comes there, you've got an inside onto the rail onto that 3 and whatever.
He probably was a little unsure of the line, and
again, the 1-ball's gone outward.
that was a good try.
It's gone outward for the outshot, the 1-ball. You don't really want it sitting sort of middle of the short rail. You can help it.
Well,
so this is definitely the last chance saloon for Coldest Pillow.
Oh, this is pretty good. You just gotta watch.
This is a standard 2-3 railer cowboy shot into the back of the 3.
Yeah.
Didn't get it. And what's more,
See, a lot of that was because of the side pocket being there.
Hang on a minute.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He's staying inside, is he?
No, this is no good. Yeah,
I think he can nick it in. I think he can nick the one into the jaw and pot it and follow it in. I think he's fine.
This is going to be tough. I don't think so. I think he's going to get a kick.
Commentators, there you go.
Oh, I didn't know he could make the 1 there. Okay,
yeah,
that's right. You told me that before, but
well, there you go. Comfortable win in the end there for Cobra by 3 racks to 0. And well, who's going to stop him? If we look at the, if we can find it, what the hell's happened to this? There we go. If we look at the bracket, we'll see that there's 1 match left, and there is 35 minutes before this match starts between Larry and Monster. And if we look now at the bracket, we will see that Coldest Pillow will be sitting in the semi-final spot. While these guys battle it out. Well, I think from what we've read in the chat, Interchange X is going to get a bye through to the next round to play the winner of this match tonight between Monster and Larry, because LS3 is going to forfeit.
That's going to be an important match, as whoever gets through gets a chance to play Interchange X. So it's a big match coming up. Everybody go watch Slim's stream.
Now, what's the deadline? The deadline for the final is the 1st of September. So, and what's the deadline for those other matches? Let's have a look. This bloody thing. There we go. Right, August the 17th is obviously today, and then the deadline for the other match is the 22nd, and then the 27th for the semi-final. So, we're almost done. We're almost at the point of concluding this event. But who's going to stop Cobra? That's the question. And there's only a couple of players left now that can have the opportunity to come up with the answer and take him down. Coldest Pillow's had his chance, but he just wasn't consistent enough today. That's what happens in this game. Days will go where you're good and everything's flying and there's not a problem, and then there's days like that where you just can't get into gear. But anyway, thank you for your company, guys. I'm starving. I'm away for something to eat, and then I'll be back to join that stream and watch that match. It'll be interesting to see. Thanks to Steve for his company. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a little while since I can't remember when I did the last match. It feels like a week or 10 days since. But
it's been quite a while between matches. Slim, get me that list. I need to set up another World Championship. We're running out of time.
Right. We'll see you later, folks. Take care.
All right.
And
night,
we'll see you in Slim's chat.
Night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.